Greetings, fellow time travelers. Welcome back to Secrets of the Ancients, where we dive deep into the most mind-bending mysteries of lost civilizations. I'm your archaeological guide, and today we're about to uncover discoveries so shocking that they'll make you question everything you thought you knew about ancient history. What if I told you that 2,000 years ago, ancient Greeks built the world's first computer? Or that there's a mysterious book written in a language that doesn't exist anywhere on Earth, and wait until you hear about the impossible precision of the Great Pyramid that modern engineers still can't explain. Before we embark on this incredible journey through time, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss the ancient secrets we're about to reveal. Picture this scene with me. The year is 1902. Archaeologists are exploring the ocean floors near the Greek island of Antikythera when they stumble upon the wreckage of an ancient Roman trading ship. This vessel was used for general trading, carrying treasures and wines across the Mediterranean. But little did they know that what they were about to discover would become one of the most mysterious and significant finds in human history. During their diving expedition, they found marble statues, jewelry, and a peculiar wooden box. When that box was opened, inside lay a strange device so advanced and alien-looking that it would forever change our understanding of ancient history. This was a complex machine made of bronze, shaped like a round disc, what we now call the Antikythera Mechanism. But here's the mystery that baffled archaeologists. What did this device actually do? Who created it and why? These questions remained a complete enigma. The device was constructed from bronze gears, dials, and engravings, housed within a wooden and bronze case roughly the size of a shoebox. Historians initially assumed this must be some kind of scientific discovery, possibly created by a Greek scientist 2,000 years ago. But here's what will blow your mind. This mechanism contained hundreds of gears, switches, and precisely moving parts, exactly like modern-day devices we use today. For the next 100 years, scientists from every corner of the world were called upon to study this device. But none of them could understand what this thing actually was. After that, it was kept in the National Archaeological Museum in Athens for nearly a century. But now, when technology had advanced sufficiently, engineers, archaeologists, and scientific experts from around the globe were summoned to crack the code of this ancient gadget. However, because this was such a precious and antique device, instead of manually opening it, scientists decided to use X-ray technology. But here's where it gets interesting. The X-ray machine capable of examining this device was available in only one place in the entire world: England. Moving the device to England risked further damage, so instead, the X-ray machine was transported from England to the museum. When this device was finally scanned, the historians, scientists, and examiners present were absolutely stunned. The advanced technology used in this device was literally impossible to create 2,000 years ago. This was the world's first computer. On the front side of this mechanism was a large circular dial displaying a 365-day calendar. Inside this was another zodiac dial showing the 12 Greek astrological signs, with a rotating hand indicating the date. On the back side were two spiral dials tracking different astronomical cycles. The first was the Metonic cycle, a 19-year cycle in which the moon's phases repeat exactly. This dial could accurately predict lunar phases. The second was the Saros cycle, an 18-year, 11-day, and 8-hour cycle that predicts solar and lunar eclipses. With this dial, ancient astronomers could accurately predict the time and type of eclipses. Inside this device were 47 interconnected gears crafted with extreme precision. These gears were used to simulate the motion of the sun, moon, and other planets. The largest gear connected to the front dial showed the sun's movement, while smaller gears simulated the moon's irregular motion, proving that ancient engineers understood complex concepts like epicyclic gearing systems. Other gears tracked the positions of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, the 5 known planets according to ancient Greek astronomy. But here's another surprising feature. This mechanism even had a tracker for the Olympic Games, indicating the games held every 4 years. This shows that the device wasn't just astronomical but also important for cultural and civil purposes. The complexity of these gears was so advanced that this technology wouldn't be seen again until the 14th century in mechanical clocks, and even those weren't anywhere close to this level of sophistication. The precision was so incredible that it seemed like a modern-day engineer had built it. The Antikythera mechanism is proof that ancient civilizations were using advanced technologies beyond our wildest imagination. This was the world's first analog computer, capable of astronomical and scientific calculations. The existence of such a machine 2,000 years ago remains a mystery that continues to puzzle historians and scientists to this day. But this wasn't the only mystery from the past that was thousands of years ahead of its time. In 1912, a Polish writer named Wilfrid Voynich was inspecting an old library at Villa Mondragone in Italy. Among thousands of ancient books in this library was hidden a book that would perhaps become the greatest mystery in human history. This book had no cover page, no title, and no author. What made it even more mysterious was that it was written in a unique and enigmatic language. This language didn't match any script in the world, nor did its symbols correspond to any writing system from any ancient civilization. Voynich purchased this book, and from that moment his entire life was devoted to understanding the diagrams, paintings, and unknown language of this mysterious tome. Many questions arose in his mind. Who wrote this book? When was it written? Where was it written? And the biggest question of all, what does the book actually say? By 1930, Voynich passed away without discovering a single secret of this book. Later, the book was named the Voynich Manuscript, and it passed from hand to hand from one cryptographer to another. But no one could crack its code. Even with modern-day cryptography, the code couldn't be broken. This fact makes the book even more mysterious because the language in which it's written doesn't appear in any civilization's records in human history. This gives rise to two possibilities. First, it could be part of a lost civilization that vanished forever from the world, and we've never encountered their language. Second, this book was written by an individual or secret group, in a code that only they could understand. Those who created it or those for whom it was created. The illustrations in this book are even more astounding. Some pages show unidentified plants that exist nowhere else in the world. Some images depict women figures bathing naked in pools. Other pages contain astrological symbols that seem to be part of some secret knowledge. But what's most shocking is that this book contains drawings that match modern discoveries unknown to humans at that time. One page shows an image that looks like a spiral galaxy, but humans had no knowledge of galaxies at that time. Another page shows what appears to be plant cells, but the microscope wasn't invented until 250 years after this book was written. So was the writer aware of some advanced knowledge? Carbon dating reveals this book was written between 1408 and 1428. When microscopic analysis was performed on this book, another startling fact emerged. Across all 260 pages, there wasn't a single mistake. No errors, no double writing, no corrections. How could a human write such a lengthy book by hand without any spelling errors? Today, the Voynich Manuscript is kept at Yale University's Beinecke Rare Book and Manuscript Library. It's considered the world's most mysterious book. Every few years, new scholars and cryptographers attempt to crack the book's codes, but they all ultimately fail. Will we ever know the real meaning of this book? Perhaps never. Ancient civilizations worldwide built structures that became not only part of their cultural identity, but also living proof of their science and astronomy. But if we're talking about the most advanced and precise structure, without any doubt, the Great Pyramid of Giza stands at the forefront. This isn't just a large stone structure. It contains secrets that remain puzzles for scientists and historians today. When we examine this pyramid's alignment and astronomical connections, it points to something extraordinary. The Great Pyramid of Giza is built at the geodesic center of all the world's landmasses. This means, if you calculate the center point of all the Earth's continents, this pyramid comes very close to that location. And this was built when there was no GPS, not even basic maps existed. To build the Great Pyramid of Giza, approximately 2.3 million limestone blocks were used. Each stone weighed anywhere from 2 tons to 80 tons. These massive blocks were transported here from 500 miles away, south of Giza. But here's the strange part. If this pyramid was built 4,500 years ago, wheels hadn't even been invented yet. The first wheel invention happened 300 years after this pyramid was completed. Even with today's modern technology, lifting an 80-ton object is incredibly difficult. You can see in videos how advanced machinery struggles to lift even a 30-ton stone, and the steel cables we use today are many times stronger than the papyrus ropes that ancient Egyptians used. The most surprising fact is that the stones in these pyramids weren't joined with any glue, cement, or concrete. Instead, each stone was cut with such precision that there isn't even a millimeter gap between two blocks. No blade or paper can be inserted between them. Now the question arises, how did ancient Egyptians cut such hard stones with such precision? According to history, ancient Egyptians only used copper tools and hammers. But when an Egyptologist experimented with cutting stones using the same methods, after days of hard work, not even a small dent could be made. Another researcher made a custom copper chisel that ancient Egyptians might have used. But after hours of work over several days, only a 4mm cutting depth was achieved. This means at this speed, cutting 2.3 million blocks would have taken 300 years. But here's another shocking fact. This entire pyramid was completed in just 20 years. But the questions don't end here. When we examine the pyramid's slope, angles, dimensions, and global positioning, it becomes even more complex. The first and most shocking fact is that the Great Pyramid's alignment is almost perfectly toward true north. According to modern measurements, it shows only 0.067 degrees of error. The Paris Observatory, built in France in 1667 with this same concept in mind, showed a 0.1 degree error even after completion. Nearly 4,227 years later, despite using modern engineering, we couldn't build it with exact alignment. If you carefully observe all three pyramids of Giza, their alignment matches something fascinating in the sky, the Orion Belt. This constellation was extremely important to ancient Egyptians because it was connected to Osiris, their god of the underworld and resurrection. Some researchers believe the pyramids were built with this alignment so that the pharaoh's soul could reach the stars of Orion. If this is true, it means ancient Egyptians used astronomy not just for observation but also for spiritual and religious purposes. The mystery doesn't end here. Every year on two specific days, the spring and autumn equinoxes, the pyramid creates a strange illusion. At this time, the structure appears to have 8 sides instead of the 4 sides we normally see from below. This illusion only appears when the sun is directly above Earth's equator in a perfectly straight line. This means ancient Egyptians understood astronomical events that modern science has only decoded in recent centuries. Here's another shocking coincidence, or mystery. The pyramid's latitude is 29.9792 degrees north. This latitude matches something else, the speed of light, 299,792,458 meters per second. Is this just another coincidence? Or did ancient civilizations have access to some source of scientific knowledge that we still haven't understood? Science still doesn't have a definitive answer to this. But one thing is certain, the Great Pyramid isn't just a stone structure, it's a celestial calculator, an astronomical observatory, and an engineering marvel that stands as the greatest proof of human civilization's scientific brilliance. Fellow explorers, what we've discovered today challenges our entire understanding of ancient history. The Antikythera Mechanism proves that complex computing existed 2,000 years ago. The Voynich Manuscript suggests there were either lost civilizations or secret knowledge far beyond our comprehension. And the Great Pyramid demonstrates engineering and astronomical precision that we can barely match today. These aren't just ancient artifacts. They're evidence that our ancestors possessed knowledge and technologies that seem impossible for their time. What other secrets are buried beneath the sands of time, waiting for us to discover? What do you think about these incredible mysteries? Share your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more mind-bending archaeological discoveries. In our next episode, we'll journey to the mysterious stone circles of Britain and uncover why ancient Druids built Stonehenge. Trust me,